Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to yet another exciting episode of Universal You. Today, I'm joined by co-host Piyesiwak. Oh God, I pushed it. The co-host.
It's a Kako Piyesiwak Megan
Okay,
Thunderbird Wolf.
all right.
It means yeah. So it means my name means Thunderbird Wolf. So Star Thunderbird Wolf. Yeah.
Star Thunderbird Wolf.
Yeah.
Okay. So, do you wanna maybe do an intro for yourself? Like, can I just pass
Yeah.
it to you? Because I feel
Yeah.
like it'd be better that way. Okay. All right, guys, I'm joined with a very special guest who's going to introduce himself to you now. Please take it away.
All right. So my name is Aka Piyesiwak Megan, and I mean Star Thunderbird Wolf. And as you can see, I'm an administrator of the Werewolf and Shapeshifter Rituals group. You can check it out. The links will be down in the description. I'm also administrator for Werewolves, Magic, and Vampires and Spirituality. And I teach astral projection, shamanism, shapeshifting, and astral projection and conscious astral travel. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. So yes, hope you guys enjoy this video and this live. This yeah, this feed. I'll
That
pass
was
it back to you.
yes, that was brilliant. All right, so now that people have an idea of the type of things that you do, we were getting into a pretty interesting discussion about your innate nature as an empath. So let's touch on that for a bit. How have you found dealing with other people's energy and processing that? How do you work with that in your life?
All right, so my energy usually like rises up levels and stuff like that. So I get really angry and mad, anxious, sad, depressed. I even feel a lot of different types of energies because and then I'll take someone's energy when they're feeling down. So not really take their energy, but kind of feel their energy, and then it impacts me, and I try to kind of understand what that person's going through because you know and then which makes me depressed and sad because that person's sad or depressed, or when somebody else is angry or mad, then I get angry or mad because I'm feeling that person's energy field, right? So because of the aura field, the auric field that comes to my eyes, I feel the auric energy. I feel like the energy in my eyes, which makes me feel the energy, and I feel it.
Okay, all right.
That's
So
what.
when did this start happening? Like when did you realize that you were picking up other people's energy? Like how young were you?
Oh, I was about like 21 years old, but
Okay.
before all that stuff, right? Before when I was 21, um, I was mostly like learning in the learning process of all these things when I was younger. I was just learning just how to live life and stuff. Learning about life skills and stuff, and I used to be an alcoholic when I was younger, but I also died many times to the point where it led me to a spiritual awakening as I got into my adulthood. So when I died when I was 19 or 17 years old, and I died, came back, and then I woken up my mind. I did a fasting and asked the Great Spirit for protection and stuff like that. Give me visions, uh, give me gifts, give me abilities and stuff like that. And I had a lot of other problems in my life that I did a lot of things in my bad life, my past life that I'm not happy with. And so I can understand where people are coming from. So even people that don't understand, that 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 doesn't understand a lot of things, well, they do understand. Like the government people, they don't understand people who go through like mental health. They don't understand people who go through psychosis and stuff like that. A lot of other things, because um for me, they're just spiritual beings. For me, I believe that they're just going through a spiritual awakening and stuff like that. So I feel their energy. And I've been consciously astral traveling, going out of body, in and out of body, since I was like maybe like 12 years old. And I had a lot of other experiences, seeing through my eye closed eyelids, and I can see a lot of things through my closed eyes. And I've died a lot because I got into a lot of accidents. So after when I died, it took me a while to figure it out that I just didn't eat for 14 days, and that's when I started hearing everything and seeing everything and experiencing what I experienced over the last 10 years. And I'm like 29 years old now. So, with all that experience that I had, learning about my culture, my tradition, my background history and stuff like that, and a lot of my, a lot of the times I feel like I'm not even connected to my my culture, right, or my tradition, because we all lost that many years ago, and we're just slowly gaining all that back. And everybody used to have their own traditional cultural background before they were in a city or religion, or background before all this. They used to have like hunter gatherers type of people back in the days before houses. You know what I mean?
Interesting, very interesting. So it sounds like your empathy is like a side effect of this spiritual growth process that you've been experiencing since you're 12. And obviously, you're astral projecting and you're having all of these, well, I want to call them near death experiences, but you did actually die and come back. The thing is, with
Yeah,
that, you come into a new life experience. So every time you die, you're like reincarnating with more
yeah,
information. So those kinds of circumstances and situations rarely accelerate your psychic development. It must have been so quick for you. And
yeah,
I can see why you're able to astral project consciously. I think
yeah,
dying and coming back maybe made that a bit easier for you. But I also now understand why you have invested so much time and energy into researching your cultural heritage, because what you're telling me sounds like a shamanic initiation, like
yeah,
like you're a deeply spiritual being and you've incarnated to learn how to use those shamanic abilities. And of course you're
yeah,
going to research because shamanism, well, it's an inherent part of most indigenous cultures. So it is.
yeah.
It
Like even like
as well.
even with like other even with other like cultural traditional backgrounds, like the indigenous Africans, the indigenous Asians, and the other tribal people, right? The other people on that side, on the other side of the country, here in Canada, America, all over the world, with traditional and cultural background, before they were converted into this modern civilization, they lost their cultural background, and and that's what they have to start to get back into their ancient roots, because you know computers technology is just like like just to keep us all asleep and stuff like that, like um and everything that we experience in reality is better a choice if we want to believe it or not. And a lot of cultural backgrounds, there's a lot of the ancient people here on Earth that have ancient roots, and they just lost that connection, just like my people, and your people had every single nation in the world basically had a cultural background. But I don't even like to call it I don't like to nationalize people. I don't like to racialize or categorize people as a nation or as a people. um I just see us as one people. I see us as human beings, spiritual beings. And everybody has a soul. Everything that's living is a living being. Nature, everything in this whole reality is a living being itself. And that's what I believe. Everybody has a consciousness. Everybody has a soul. And no one's greater. No one's higher. No one's better than everybody else. And that's what I used to think, and I used to think that way before. And um, you know, learning all this stuff, it was really hard on me because um, like dying so many times, dying, and coming back. Creator just like, no, you're not ready yet. You got more to learn. You got more to offer on this earth. You're not ready. He says that I got a lot of things to learn, and he said he's still gonna forgive me because I have more knowledge. I have a lot of knowledge. I have a lot of potential in learning. Like he wants me to ascend. He wants me to go up there and come back and teach the people. I mean, like I believe that I have like a duty that I feel like I can't really say too much. Can't say too much. But I feel like I want to share some of my knowledge that I have growing up, learning about all the things that I learned, with my traditional knowledge and stuff like that.
Wow, that is amazing. I mean, you've
Yeah.
had experiences that confirm that all of reality is conscious, that planet Earth is a living being. And it seems like the experiences you went through were in many ways lessons. Like you were
Yeah.
being initiated and you had to learn certain things. And now you're in this very interesting position where you are going through what sounds like an ascension process, but you can also assist other people with their ascension process. So I'm very
Yeah.
interested in that. Like, all right, so you and I, we're pretty like spiritually minded people. So if you say astral
Yeah.
projection to me, I'm gonna kind of get where you're coming from. I'm gonna have a basic understanding. But what if somebody was listening to this and they have never heard of astral projection and they want to try it? What would you say to someone who has no idea what astral projection is?
So astral projection is kind of like an out of body experience. It's kind of like it's kind of like you're dreaming in a way, but it's more like a conscious, altered state of consciousness in your mind and stuff. But it's more like also out of body experience and mirror image of your reality. And your reality is basically like you know it's kind of like a mirror image. Basically, it's basically like it's kind of like you can see everything happening in the real world. Basically, you can even come into the real world and see everything in real time. And also time doesn't really exist in the astral plane because you could be in somewhere else in time, and in space and time. But space and time doesn't really exist because you know space and time here in this physical dimension only exists because it was man-made, built in this physical dimension. So it's basically a dimension of the spirit world. Yeah, it's a dimension, right? It's like another reality. Basically, it's like jumping into another reality, but just like your dreams, right? Because when you're dreaming, you believe that you're in that reality, you're in your dream, and you feel like it's real. You can feel everything, you can touch everything, it feels real, you know, and that's kind of like the Matrix. How everybody like how Morpheus was explaining the Matrix and stuff like that, how this is a dream world, and I studied up on that stuff too, but I don't believe it's more of a spiritual. I don't believe it's a Matrix simulation, but I believe more it's a spiritual in a spiritual sense. There's whole these houses, these houses and stuff like that. Technology, cars, materialism. That's the Matrix. You know what I mean? That's my idea of the Matrix simulation. And the trees, nature. That's the real side of reality. Why do you want to be in front of whole houses all your life? In front of walls. Like prison, like you're in prison or something. But why do you want to be in like a city full of just full of a city, just a city, and you're just walking around a city and you see houses all the time? I know what I mean. I'd rather be living in where the woods are, because I'm more of a nature person. But like where I'm living is where I can only afford to live in a city, because it's more affordable in a city, and like you need like thousands of dollars just to own your own house and farm and stuff.
I totally agree with you that you need to have some kind of connection to nature if you're gonna
Yeah,
be astral projecting or dabbling in the spiritual, just because, as you said, the astral dimension is kind of like a spirit plane. And for those of you who aren't aware, like if a human being has like an astral body, then plants and nature has an astral body, and that's where you get elemental beings, you get
yeah,
fae, you get devas and jinn. Basically, every culture has their understanding of elemental beings, and this is where the whole concept of nature spirits comes from. And you can
yeah.
experience that when you
Oh,
astral
about
project.
hold on. Can I stop you for a second? So you said nature beings. We in my culture we have something called little people,
Yeah,
giants. We have little people and giants. We have the blue people, the aliens, little green men, or whatever you want to call them.
yeah.
But we call them star people. We don't call them aliens or whatever. We don't call them aliens. We call them star people. And they're not bad. They're just depicted as bad. Like little
I t-
green,
yeah,
the
I
green
agree.
ones will. The green ones will mostly give you like visions and stuff like that. They'll give you visions of the cosmos, and
Wow.
I know we have legends about like trickster spirits too, like tricksters, and we have a lot of different legends, and you know but and this is all done. This was all possible. This is all possible today because back in the old days, uh there was a lot of legends that I'd grown up listening to in the camps and stuff like that. I used to go to the campfires and listen to the old legends and stuff like that. Growing up around going to sweats and stuff, and I went to a lot of camps, and they would tell a lot of stories, legends about like the Bigfoot. Heard a lot of Bigfoot legends. The Bigfoot was pretty cool, and Sasquatch. Sasquatch and Bigfoot is one and the same.
Yeah, I think those beings are connected to nature elementals, and that
Yeah,
sort of truth in those legends when you understand being able to see with the third eye, and that reality is multidimensional, and that you can astral project. I wanted to ask you something real quick. So you said there's no time in the astral dimension, like time doesn't exist in the same way as it does in the physical plane. And
well,
I was wondering if you would agree that that would explain something like deja vu, because I've
yeah,
always,
like
yeah,
that's the thing. That's the thing. I believe that if you're in another realm, but not this realm, then time doesn't exist there, basically. But if you can cross over to this dimension as a spirit, right? And you can cross over and you can see in real time, right? In real time in this real world, you can see in this real world. But when you're in the astral plane, it doesn't exist because you wouldn't be seeing this reality. You'll be seeing another dimension or another realm, place, another realm or place and stuff like that. That's the thing about deja vu. The reason why people have deja vu is because of um, you astral project. Maybe you time traveled or something, or maybe maybe you time traveled, or somebody time traveled in your life, and then you feel the glitches of reality, and then time is repeating itself to time and stuff like that. So through like this space continuum, basically, like the old Aztec symbol, that continuum sign and stuff,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
okay.
the continuum of time or whatever, the continuum.
Yeah.
Um, I don't have a pencil or I don't have a picture of it, but
I'll put it up. Don't worry. I will put
okay,
it up so everybody can see. I know what
yeah,
you're talking about. Like the Mayan calendar with all the little faces.
yeah,
Okay,
but
no, no.
no, no, it's kind of like this. I'll show you. Look, I'll show you. It's kind of like a circle, but it's like with lions. It's kind of like a sun,
I'll
basically. Kind
I'll
of
find it and I'll put it up. So you're saying
like I got a paper right here. I'll show you. Hold
okay,
up.
good. So wait, are you saying that that illustrates like the notion that basically all of like time doesn't exist in a linear fashion, that all of
Yeah,
reality occurs simultaneously?
it's more of like it's more of a circle. So
Yes, it's
uh
a circle
this
instead
this
of
is this is I know this paper is kind of dirty because I had it on the ground, but it's kind of like this basically. You know what I mean? That's how the continuum the it's my paper is kind of dirty though, but
no,
that's the
that's
best way I can
fascinating.
explain it. That's the best way I can. That's basically time.
Yes, of course it
That
is.
basically represents time. It's like a circle of life. You know what I mean?
Yes. Do you
And
that wait, and I gotta stop you there. I need to ask you something. There's so much stuff that can be confirmed just with a working understanding of astral projection. Okay, so we've covered deja vu. What about parallel universes? Because I know I've had dreams where I'm in an alternate life. It's like me, and it's a different life. So do you think that you can interact with the multiverse in your dreams or in astral projection? I'm very curious
I
to.
think you I think you can interact with your astral body as well as your conscious mind. I think you're already actually astral projecting when you're dreaming as well. And it's basically the same thing, but it's just like astral projection is just more of an advanced outer body experience, basically. Because astral projection is out of body experience, and your dream is just your dream. And then when you see through your closed eyelids consciously, it's basically like your dreams playing out in your eyes, and you can control it.
So astral projecting is more conscious. You're more in control, more aware of what you're doing. You can direct
Yeah,
your path. Um, let's bring up shapeshifting. Let's talk about that for a second. I like astral
yeah,
projection and shapeshifting. As far as I am aware, you're an expert on this. So I'm just gonna let you go. I'm just gonna listen.
yeah. So first, I'll teach how to do it, and then I'll explain like steps by steps and what I experienced and stuff like that. So the first step, what I did was fasting for like 14 days. And all that took was 14 days. And then, but sometimes I would fast. It took me about like a year because I had to stay away from all the vices like, cigarettes, drugs, alcohol, uh, a lot of other vices. that wasn't good for me, that's not good for my body and stuff. I had to eat vegetarian food. Um, all the vices I had and stuff like that, like all the negative stuff that wasn't good for my body and stuff. And I had to like, fast from everything. Fast. And I didn't eat nothing. I didn't stay up. Even vices like materialism, technology, pictures, images, you have to like the creator doesn't want us to have materialism things, like he doesn't want us to be on technology, he doesn't want us to be on it 24/7. He wants us to be more closer to him and wants us to be within the spirit, right? So but the government likes to mess around with their awakening and try to indulge us into their beliefs as in their modern society and stuff. And shape shifting and stuff like that, you have to like get rid of all your vices, right? That's step one of the first steps you have to do. Then after the second step, while you're fasting, you have to sleep on your backside. Sleep on your backside in the dead man's position, like when you're dead, as you're playing dead. And then you have to sleep every night like that until you get vibrations, energy, and electric shocks in your body. You'll feel like zaps in your brain, which will wake up your brain like crazy. And when you're feeling the electricity and the vibrations, that's when you go out of body and astral project. And then once you're in the astral realm, then you have to shapeshift your spirit astral body. And then once you're shifted, then you can shapeshift your physical body. And that's what happened to me, but I only did it one time. I only did it one time as in a physical body, but I did it lots of times in lucid dreaming, conscious dreaming, astral travel. I did it lots of times and had lots of astral experiences, but I only did it one time. And then just last night, which woke me up around 7 o'clock a.m. Around I think it was like 6 o'clock a.m. I had a body experience, and there's this eagle, and I can feel the eagle on my face and stuff like that. It's just I can feel it physically. I can feel it physically, and I can feel everything, and I can feel my physical body in another dimension. It was like I was phased. You know what I mean? Like when they talk about quantum transition.
Yeah, that definitely sounds like an ascension process of some kind. Like what you just went into there was very, very detailed. Thank you for
Yeah.
sharing that. I had no idea the fasting aspect of it was so extensive. You had to do a
Yeah.
full detox, and I think that's a part of it.
And that means sex as well. That means sex as well. So you have to sustain from that as well, from all those guys that like to watch they like to watch I have to say it because there's a lot of guys out there that watch porn and they have to stay away from that. And they gotta, that's vice. That counts as a vice, like cigarettes, alcohol, weed, sex, um, you know, even from women and stuff like that. If you're having sex with women and shit like that, I mean, like with your girlfriend or your boyfriend, for even female who have the relationship with their man, they gotta fast from their vices. Even women have lust too, right? So lust is a vice that we all have, right? And you have to stay away from that. You have to stay all away from that because you'll get judged for that. You'll get judged when you wake up in your mind. They'll start talking to you and stuff like that. The spirits will come and talk to you, and all the vices that you had in your past, you have to give it up.
Wow.
Everything, like you,
All right.
even
So
technology.
I just have to ask, how long did you have to do that for before you started feeling vibrations and these bursts of
Well,
energy in your mind?
it took me about a full year.
Okay.
Took me about a full year, but I really like 2 or 3 months. I would be like I would be like fasting 4 days. Sometimes I'd be fasting 7 days. You know,
And okay, so wait, I'm
but
trying
it,
to find out,
but
how did
but
you
it's,
get into
it's
this? Did you feel guided to do this? Like, what made you decide to physically shapeshift? Were you guided? Was it a vision? What? I'm so,
to my dreams. I had dreams before I had dreams about it. Like I used to have dreams about me being a crow or being an eagle and stuff like that. And I had dreams about shapeshifting in the wolves.
wow.
I had this one dream where I shifted into a wolf, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm a wolf." It's pretty cool.
That's awesome. So you
Yeah,
felt deeply that this was something that you had to do, and you did it, which I think is
yeah,
amazing.
yeah. And the vices, it's really hard to give it up. And when I was in a spirit for 2 years, right? When I was in a spirit within the spirit for 2 years, or no, I was within the spirit for 5 years actually, and then that's when I got caught by the government. The government captured me. They put me in cuffs. They tasered me. They put me in jail, right? And then when I was in jail, they put me in a psych ward because they said I was crazy said I was going on a psychotic episode. They didn't believe me, right? So who's gonna believe me, right? Um, and yeah, and the psych ward people didn't believe me, and and my mom told me, uh, all my family said, "Why the hell did you guys tell? Why the hell did you tell them that?" You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
they said that. Yeah,
I'm glad that
they said, "Why are
you
you telling them? Why are you telling the government our damn legends?" They were getting mad at me because I
I'm,
wasn't supposed to tell like certain things, like you know, like I'm only telling a little bit things that people that what they already know. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, but like talking in a beyond physical sense.
I mean, I suppose on some level everybody knows what you're talking about, and
Yeah, they can understand. Like I explain it in the best way I can.
yeah,
The best way I can, because like when I explain things, people sometimes don't understand, but they do understand at the same time. They just pretend they don't understand, because they're just like, oh, that's crazy talk or whatever. You know what I mean?
well, I'm
And that's
glad.
how my family don't understand because they haven't been around the culture too. They haven't been around the culture that much, and I mean, like, I have some traditional family. That's what got me started into believing all these things. My traditional family on my Monroe side, my other family that doesn't drink or do drugs and stuff and alcohol and stuff, you know. But I have other family that are traditional, cultural, But my mom, my brother, they're not my mom, my brothers, my sister, they're not really traditional or cultural. They don't believe in. They believe in it. They believe in it, but they don't believe in that I'm experiencing a spiritual awakening. They just think that I'm going crazy or nuts.
Well, I know that you're having genuine experiences, and I think it's great that people are reaching out to you that
Yeah.
might also have families who think they're going crazy, and you're able to just provide a little bit of support and guidance.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, I think a big part of why you went through an experience like that is so that other people can come to you and they won't have to go through that. So
Yeah.
that's it. Like anybody listening to this right now who thinks that they might be going crazy is immediately calmed down, knowing that they're just a spiritual experience. All right. Okay. So we discussed
Yeah,
astral.
like that's what I actually wanted to say to the people listening to this.
Yeah.
If you guys are thinking that you guys are going crazy or nuts, man, like, like for real, like, we ain't going crazy, yo. Like this is real stuff that real stuff that people experience on a daily basis in a spiritual awakening, And a lot of people would think that they're going crazy, but no, you're going through a spiritual awakening, man. You know, and welcome to the video.
I totally. Sometimes you just need to know that you're not alone, and that's enough to make you feel like you're sane. And
Yeah, exactly.
so okay, so
That's
you
that's
taught.
the thing, that's the thing, like we need more like-minded and spiritual, open-minded people because not a lot of people are open-minded about certain things.
I
They're
told
like
you.
very closed-minded, skeptical people.
Yeah, you don't need that. Nobody needs that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we were talking about how to astral project before I started recording, and so
Yeah.
so everybody we got an idea of how to shapeshift, but like let's just basics. If somebody wants to astral project, how would you share that? How like say how would you teach me to astral project?
I'd say, like I said, fasting, vices, astral projection, vices and stuff. You have to sleep on your backside while you're fasting.
Mhm.
And you have to sleep on your backside, get vibrations, electricity. You get like vibrations and stuff, like electricity. You'll feel like there's whole current rushing down your whole body and stuff. And then eventually you'll make it out of body and stuff like that, eh? And then you just levitate and fly everywhere. And I gotta repeat this. I gotta say is that the best way to do it is the wake back to bed method, which is like sleep 4 or 5 hours and then wake up and then go back to sleep and then go back to bed and then wait first to go to sleep on your backside the whole time, and then you wake up at like 5 o'clock, set an alarm. So for 5 hours, 5 hours, right? Sleep for 5 hours or 6 hours or 4 hours, and then wake up and go back to bed
Mm.
because you have to get yourself into the REM cycle of sleep, which is rapid eye movement when you start conscious dreaming and stuff like that. Once you have a dream, wake yourself up and then try to wake yourself up once you have a dream, because then your dream can turn into an astral projection. So there's ways that you can turn your dream into a conscious dream as well. Like you just gotta do the wake back to bed method. And make sure you only eat a little bit if you're gonna astral travel. And you don't want to astral travel too much because if you astral too much, then you'll you'll go into physical health issues, like real physical health issues.
Okay,
And
so we got
then
to there. Do it in
yeah,
moderation. For one, um, every pretty much everything I've read on astral projection says that you should probably sleep for 5 hours and then try it. So that tracks really well. I want to ask you about memory. Like, how do you write down your experiences, or are you just really so conscious that you remember everything you do? Can you tell us, I mean, the viewers and me, about some of your experiences in the astral projection, in the astral plane, I mean?
okay. So the first time I'll tell you the first time I astral projected. So when I was doing my fasting, right? So I never really went into full detail how I did the astral projection. So right now it's 14 days. 14 days go by. I'm walking around. And then all of a sudden, I'm just laying on my bed. Me and one of my friends were talking on a computer, and he said, "Oh yeah, he's like, are you gonna try to astral project or go out of body or just like, oh, I don't know. What about fasting?" So I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna do some fasting. I'm gonna do some fasting. And then I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna like, go off computer technology wipe myself away from fucking computers and shit like that. Sorry for my language, but sorry for swearing and stuff. But I
It's
said I'm
cool.
just gonna like, just like basically run away from society, you know what I mean? Kind of block myself up from everybody. And then I just, you know, shut my computer off, put my computer away, put my TV away, put all my stuff away. I just took everything away and stuff like that because I just like kind of fasted, and then I was sleeping on my backside, and it was like I was in my head. I'm thinking this is not real. This is not real. I was thinking in my head, and it's like, man, like nothing's happening. Like I was trying to I was even like closing my eyes and stuff like that. Like trying to I didn't know how to do it at first. Like when I was younger, how I did it was because I died, and it was just easy because I just died. I just died, but and then I was like, oh yeah, I just remembered I died like so many times. That should be easy for me. I want to be able to consciously do this shit. So come on, God, let me astral travel. And then after a while, you know, I started getting like falling asleep and stuff on my back. 2 days go pass by and nothing happened. 3 days go by, 4 days go by. Then on the seventh, then 14 days go by. Like 10 was 10 days. It took me 10 days, and then 10 days came by, and then that's when I no yeah 10 days came by, and then that's when I started getting the vibration that was just like like getting shocked, and then I came out of body. I came out of body, and then seen my body. I was like, holy shit. So I was walking towards like the living room area, trying to open up my light, and I was just getting scared. And I was still vibrating, like I can feel my like my body vibrations, electricity, and like everything's like the same and stuff, right? I couldn't fly, I couldn't go to the wall, everything I can touch everything physical and stuff like that. And then after that, I was just like, holy shit, fuck this shit, I was like, I don't know. I was just like, I just went back into my body, and then I just woke up and it was like, I think it made it out of the body. So that's like the first time I ever astral projected. Was I freaked out, got scared, went back to my body.
That is so
That was
awesome.
like my first.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, thank you for sharing that. That was great.
Yeah,
I love that. That was amazing. It can
yeah,
I don't know like it can be super scary at first.
yeah,
It can be.
yeah. It could be.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up.
To be honest, I'm still scared, but like when I'm flying in the air, I'm just having fun because I'm just like flying around and stuff. When I'm
Yeah,
flying around, when I'm flying around my room, just levitating and stuff, and just like yeah, just chilling and stuff like that. And then I'm like, it's time to go back to my body. I guess I've been flying around too much. Go back to my body.
I
Because I
I
see my body. I see my body. One time, I actually consciously astral travel one time, and I saw my body. Like I was able to see myself hovering over my body and stuff like that.
oh, so cool. So
Yeah.
cool. I think yeah, what you learned is that it is like a skill and you have to practice it. You
Yeah,
really
it's a skill. You have to practice a lot.
need to
Visualize the room, visualize everything. You have to be able to see, have to be able to see it with your eyelids, and then once you see everything, and then you just like feel the vibrations, and then that's when you just like and you detach. But you don't want to go out of the body too much because the astral cord, right? They call it astral cord. Yeah, if it like if their life force gets attacked or whatever, then you can die and you can be trapped in the astral plane forever.
Okay, okay. So this brings me to a very, very interesting question. All right. So based off of everything I've studied, the big advice is that if you're going to astral project, you should do it for a purpose. So you need to
Yes.
do it to go and get something and bring something back. If it's like information,
Yeah.
knowledge of your past life, maybe you want to find out what's going to happen tomorrow, so you jump into the future a day. Like you need to know where you're going. You need to plot a
Yeah.
course. Do you agree with that? Is that something you do?
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes you can look into the past or you can look into the future. So you have to have an object. You have to have an object, what you're gonna do and what you're gonna say, what their mission is, because we all have a mission on this earth,
Mm,
and that mission is to, not let them kill your spirit.
all
Because
right.
your spirit can still get killed too, right? Like, I don't know if you can edit this video and put the video like almost like the 100 where uh, where they killed with the where they were consciously in the mind space or something like that, and they killed their mind space.
I'll get
They
some
killed
people.
their spirit.
I'll play it right over what you're saying right now. It'll be awesome. It's good.
Yeah,
Okay, cool. I see what you're saying. Yeah, there has to be purpose.
yeah, yeah.
Like, there has to be. Now I need to ask.
And that's the thing. You got to be careful too, because it's dangerous to astral travel. You can get possessed, and your physical body can get possessed if you're not careful, if you're not protected. So that's why I suggested they're doing the fasting. You can't just go jump right ahead and then try to astral travel without being protected,
Yeah,
because then you go to fall down there.
I do agree that in my experience, having a sacred space is also very important. You need to cleanse your body as well as the environment you're in. I find meditation
Yeah,
conducive to that.
you
But
know,
you say fasting is a good way to be safe in the astral dimension.
yeah. Fasting protects your soul, protects your spirit
Yeah,
from being pulled out of body, because your spiritual body is still in your body, but then your astral body is different from your spirit, because it's your astral body leaving your body, not your spiritual body. Because we have four spirits in total. You got your spiritual body, right? You have your astral body, you have your physical body, you have your dream body, and then your conscious mind, which is your dreams, what control your dreams and stuff, your consciousness,
yeah,
and plus the third eye. So, we have a lot of spirits inside us. It's not just four spirits, we have more
yeah.
than that.
Yeah, you basically have a body for every dimension of experience. Like, so you can exist in whatever vibration, and that goes on infinitely. It really does.
Yeah.
I mean, that's we were talking earlier about a dream you had where you're an eagle, and that's why I asked, why you need to be an eagle, like for what purpose?
Because I wanted to, experience what the evil would go through and stuff. But,
So,
I never really thought of it. Like the wolf. I already like studied upon the wolf and stuff.
mm,
I studied lots on the bear. I know about the eagle, what it eats and stuff like that. It eats a lot of different things. It eats meat.
wow, that must have been such a unique experience. So fast.
I'll just go fly up to somebody. I'll fly up to my enemy and be like, ha ha, 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 and then just bite my enemy's face off.
Yeah, I mean, ancient shamans, that's what they would do. They would literally plan out their hunt. They would go into
Yeah,
the future and plan out their hunt, and the next day they'll know what was going to happen. And that was the reason you had a shaman, you had a medicine man, so the tribe could survive. And it's kind of the same today, just different visions are needed. So when you were researching your
yeah. That's the thing. That's why I fasted, because I felt like when I was eating animal foods, I was feeling like I was eating my ancestors. Like God, I'm eating one of my own people. Like You know, I could be that bird. I can be that deer walking across the street. I can be that wolf. I can be that dog. I can be that cat, or I can be that fly. You know, I can be that person that's over there. You know, I can be the trees that you're cutting down. You know,
Yeah,
so just appreciating everything. You know,
I totally
uh,
agree. I was wondering, like, when
yeah.
you went to the past, why? Why did you go to the past? Was it to research? Was it to meet teachers? I'm so curious. You don't have to share, by the way. If this is too personal, you don't have to tell me. I'm just curious.
So
I'm gonna overstep.
So I'll tell you one of my visions, my first visions that I ever had was when I was like 12 or 13 years old. Or 12, I think I was living with I was visiting my auntie and I was watching the news or something like that. I can't remember how old I was. I think I was between 13 and 17 years old. And I didn't eat for a while because I didn't want to eat and stuff. And then in those times, in those days, you know, um my eyes just rolled back, right? And my eyes left my body, but I was still sitting down like this, how I'm sitting down, but my eyes were like somewhere else. They would wander off. My eyes would just wander off, and when I seen this, when I seen this elder, he was there was these three horses, these three or four people on horses. They were
Mhm.
on all on horses, eh? And they were holding a scroll, and it was a native woman smudging with a feather, right? She's smudging with a feather and stuff like that. And there's a teepee and stuff like that. And then those guards were telling them to take down that teepee or whatever. They're like, take this down, take that teepee down. And he was speaking in the Cree language, in my language. He was speaking my language, and then somehow I was able to understand what he was saying. Like, you know, he said, our people are lost, our people have been taken, our people have been losing the old ways. And that's what I can hear the creator saying to me, spirit talking to me. Well, that person is talking to me, and he was translating from me what he was saying. He was translating to what I was saying, and he said, our people is losing their ways, their traditional knowledge, or old ways of living. People are losing their ways of living. Do not lose their way. Do not lose their, do not lose their way of life, or do not lose their way, and that's what he was saying in Cree. He was saying that in Cree. And the spirit was talking to me, and he was translating for me what the spirit was saying. Because when I used to have a lot of dreams, the creator would talk to me in my dreams. He would talk to me and he would just be speaking to me. There would be like a loud voice talking to me and stuff like that in my dreams. So when I was having these dreams and stuff, that's where I had all my knowledge from, is from my dreams, my visions that I would have, because I used to have visions all the time. And then every time when I go to have a vision, I'll go to an elder, or now that I'm older and I learned a lot and stuff, now people come to me all the time for questions because I'm getting older now, I'm moving ahead while they're behind. So I'm trying to help those people that are behind move ahead, you know?
Interesting, interesting. That does kind of sound like a way shower if I was to think about it. You're very advanced
And
in your
that's
spiritual development and you're helping other people and you're keeping your culture alive. Very, very
yeah.
interesting. It's interesting that that would happen at the age of 12 as well. It says so much about you as a person. Like you have a definite purpose for being in this dimension. Let me say it like that.
Yo, I'll show you something, bro. Hold up. I'm gonna flex a little bit, bro.
Okay. What's the name?
I'm flexing. Just kidding.
Nice. Yeah,
Just
flex
kidding,
on
but
flex on the
flex a little, bro. Flex a little.
Yeah.
Just kidding. No, no. Yeah. That's the thing. You when you're doing all these practices, you have to be strong and built, you know. But me, I got weak, you know. I got weak, I got lazy. Now my health declined. Like, look at how fat I am now, bro, man. You know, I gained a lot of weight,
As
you
long
know.
as you're healthy, man. As long as you feel comfortable within yourself.
Oh, King
You're a good time, man. Okay.
yeah,
Okay. All right. There's so
yeah,
much.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So in
I just thought that I just you know, make somebody laugh today, you know.
thank you.
You
I
know,
mean, I'm
no.
so curious.
I like to I like to joke around too every now and then, but when it comes to like the spiritual things, you know, there's a good time there's a good time to be serious and a good time, there's always a time for joking matter and there's a time for being serious, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I totally agree. I'm the same that way. I just
Yeah.
you can't be too serious. But
Yeah,
yeah,
you have to have an open mind, you know, like you have to be funny, you have to be outgoing, you have to be spiritual, you know.
you gotta have fun
Um
with it. I think that's the
yeah,
uh, like have
you just
fun.
gotta you gotta have some fun in this life, you know.
Yeah, I totally agree. So
I don't think the creator would want us to be all serious 24/7 and like be all depressed and mad and angry all the time, you
what
know.
would be the
You would
point of
probably want us to have you would probably want us to have fun and joke around all you know, or you know, experience life and experience all the things that we experience. And there's a reason why he would do that. Reason why he did that because he wants us to have the experience so then other people can experience it too. So,
yeah,
you
I
know,
mean why would why,
he's the great one that created joking. Like he's probably like the one that like created all these jokes and stuff.
I mean, that
Right. So
I mean when you astral project, you're gonna fly around for a bit. I mean that is the best part. When I astral project, I like to just fly around. It's not always some secret mission. But yeah,
yeah,
you play with it. I mean, what's the point of being able
yeah,
to do all this amazing stuff if you don't have fun with it from time to
yeah.
time?
You know, I bet the spirits like to joke around too. You know, like spirits like to have
Oh,
fun and stuff. When the shit comes to yeah,
they're mischievous, dude. Don't mess with
yeah,
elementals. They will play pranks on you.
yeah,
They're mischievous characters. You gotta be careful with that.
trickster. They could be trickster spirits. Like
Oh, yes.
yeah.
Don't be messy. Dude, your shapeshifting ability technically makes you kind of a trickster spirit as well. I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah, I know. I know that's what it is. Yeah.
That's
Like
kind
a
of
basically like a walker, basically, like a spirit walker, an animal walker, or trickster spirit, trickster walker, or whatever. Just like the coyote, because the coyote is a physical thing, right? But it's also a trickster, and it's a physical trickster that can shapeshift and stuff like that.
yeah,
But you know, not in this time though. Like there's still stuff they can still do that, you know? They can still do that, but I still feel like, you know, when I'm eating animal food, I still feel like I'm meeting my like cousin or something like that.
oh whoa,
Like, I'm
really?
sorry, my cousin. You know what I mean?
Oh, I never even thought of that. That's crazy. I've been thinking about possibly maybe becoming vegetarian. I don't know if I'm ready.
Yeah, yeah. Like I'm actually gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna actually like eat vegetarian for like probably like 5 years or so, and see. You know, I'm gonna try to lose this weight because I need to get back to my original size. My original size was like 180, or no, my original size was like 170, like 170 or 160.
Dude, I respect that. That's really brave. I don't think I could ever. do that. It's just
Yeah.
it's a lot to like consider. But yeah, I can imagine your unique perspective in that situation
Yeah.
must make that really, really weird.
But like a big guy like me, I can actually still do 10 push-ups and I can do like 5 reps in one day.
Damn, dude, you built. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, bro.
all right. So, do you want to start getting into the more occult side of things? Do you want to go into that direction? I'm very curious to talk about magic with you, man. First of all,
Yeah.
do you dabble? I mean, you dabble in shamanism and stuff like that, but it's easy for you to do consciously. So, do you
Yeah,
ever?
yeah, you can do this consciously and physically as well. You can physically do this and consciously, but you know, you have to be like uh for consciously and physically, your eyes have to be fully open and you be able to physically control it. And that's what shamans today and medicine man or medicine people are today trying to get to the point where they can control it. But because they fell into the government and have to work for the government, do whatever the government says, right? And that's what most indigenous people say when they have to work for the government because of their ability and all their stuff like that. Because of their, it's stupid what the government's doing, you know, because like they're using our ability and selling it basically, and culturally or spiritually, we shouldn't be having to do it for money to work for the government and they give us a paycheck just to teach about spirituality and cultural aspects and traditional stuff. They shouldn't be getting paid for it. You know what I mean? It should be free. Spirituality is meant to be free. That's why I'm giving this free knowledge and stuff like that. Everything's free. Like the spirit is doesn't it doesn't cost anything. You know what I mean? It shouldn't cost anything, but we do have to pay homage, as in like help clean or help do things around the neighborhood, but we shouldn't have to be getting paid for it. We should just be helping one another and stuff, helping one another, just do good deeds and that's it. And then, live life, eat eat good food and stuff, appreciate life and stuff, pay homage, learn about life. And how you learn about life is that you have to forgive yourself and keep moving forward in life. Before you go ascend into in there, before you ascend, you have to learn the basic meaning of life, which is forgiveness.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, everything you need to have a transformative experience is within you. I mean,
Yeah,
you, your journey proves that. I mean, you didn't have to go and pay for lessons on how to shapeshift or anything. You were called to it,
yeah,
and you used your own inner guidance to come to that conclusion within yourself. So yeah, everybody is on their own unique spiritual journey, and everybody already has the tools they
yeah.
need. And I think,
Anybody in this world that wants to learn about shapeshifting can do shapeshifting. Anybody that wants to learn about astral travel, spirituality, or anything like that, knowledge and stuff, it should be given for free. Given
yeah,
free knowledge, because uh, that's the thing. Like there's this whole thing about the people saying that they're they're connecting with their culture and stuff like that, but really the people that are not of the culture or the traditional beliefs and stuff, they're not even that. They just want to make money off of our culture and stuff like that, they want to make money off of our beliefs. And I don't agree with books, but i I would promote some books and stuff like that. I would write some books, but not just because for the money and stuff like that, or for the fame or publicity. And I don't really care about money or greed. I don't agree with money and stuff. That's why I don't want to be rich, I don't want to be famous and stuff like that. I
Okay,
don't care about publicity. I just care about teaching people knowledge, and shape shifting and stuff.
okay. All right. So you've obviously put a lot of time into researching your own unique cultural heritage. And I want to know if you feel like your culture is being misrepresented in media, or yeah, because it definitely sounds like you feel that way.
Yeah. Like it's being misrepresentative, it's being um you know it's kind of being that's what's that called, stereotyping kind of way, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
and
it's kind of
that's
like in a stereotyping,
that's
because
that.
not every single indigenous person is like a shapeshifter, or spirit talker, or wears a chief headdress, or and that's not a costume either. It's not a it's a traditional thing. It's a spiritual thing. It's a spiritual meaning, and to wear, like, and it's just like a spiritual thing, it's dancing for the creator. It's appreciating everything the creator done for us and stuff like that. And a lot of people misrepresent our cultural beliefs, like, and even I do that sometimes too, and you know there's not just like astral projection, spirit travel, spirit talking. There's a lot other things in the culture, that people don't talk about. And most of this, what I'm talking about, though, is forbidden. So most of it is forbidden rituals that they say is forbidden. So they like say it's evil. They say it's evil and stuff like that. I mean, like the shape shifting part is like the forbidden thing because they say it's evil. Well, I
Mm.
don't think it's evil. I don't think it's evil at all, because I don't think it's evil because there's tricksters, and it's just because a religion came over, you know, converted our people in a religion, and then got us to believe that everything is evil, everything is bad, you can't do this, you can't do that, or else, you know, you get judged by the God, the Holy One.
Yeah, I think it's really brave that you're acknowledging your nature instead of fighting against it or denying it. And I think it's also
Yeah,
really amazing that you're abolishing misconceptions
yeah,
and bringing forth truth, for people who
yeah.
really want it. I think
You
that's
know,
incredible.
yeah, because like like the reason why I'm bringing up like shape shifting tricksters, giants, little people, aliens, and a lot of other different topics that we came up with are dreams, right? We have a lot of different dreams. We have lucid dreaming, we have visions, we have conscious travel, we have all these things that a lot of indigenous people go through when they go through the fasting process, when they go through a spiritual awakening. And that's what happens to a lot of other people as well. Not just my just not just not just my people, but other people too, right? A lot of other people are going through the spiritual awakening too.
Dude, so many people. If
Yeah,
what
so
I
many people. There's like millions of people
millions
waking up
of
now. There's
people.
millions of people, billions of people, like waking up by like by the week, or even
Yeah,
by the days.
dude, by the second.
Yeah.
Constant. People who have a degree of spiritual awareness like yours have never
Yeah.
been more essential. Now, like, there are so many people who are having these experiences and they have no idea what's going on. And
Yeah.
you're there to say, hey, listen, this is not like strange. This is actually quite normal. And this is how you handle this. And I think that's really great. I think that's awesome.
See, I think that's why they closed minded and skeptical, because they're scared of it.
luckily, we're in a place now where that fear is changing into understanding, curiosity, and asking
Yeah,
questions. And
yeah,
fortunately, we have answers. Now, I want to touch on the fact that what you're talking about, it's all based off of real experiences. Like you didn't
yeah,
just read this in some book or watch it in a movie. These are things that have actually happened to you in your life. And I
yeah.
think that is exceptionally substantial. Like you're basing what you're talking about off of real experiences, real personal experiences.
Yeah, these are very personal experiences because when I was younger, I was drinking a lot. I used to drink when I was younger, right? Um, and drinking and stuff like that, right? And that made me overdose, not like get alcohol poisoning, and then that's when I died. And then when I died, I went to the spirit world. The great spirit, he gave me another chance. He said that my time is not ready. You're going back. You're going back. You still have things to do. So he sent me back to my body, and then I was alive. And then that happened again, and then it happened again, and then so on, and then that's where all my dreams and stuff and like that. We get them from our dreams, we get them from our knowledge, we get them from our conscious thoughts, you know. And I watch a lot of movies. I do watch a lot of movies. I'm not gonna lie, Like I'm not gonna lie. Like I watch a lot of movies. I read books, but all that stuff. I already knew all that stuff. Like I've already I've already known all that stuff because you know it's just all the things that they talk about is like I already knew about it
Yeah, you
even
lived it.
before. Yeah, I lived it. Like I basically lived it. Like when they talk about aliens, UFOs, technology, I was like, I already know all that stuff. I dreamt about it. Like like there's advanced cities and other realities that they don't even know what kind of technology is out there. Like super advanced. Like you know, this computer here is like trash to the fucking another universe. It's like fucking being like disassembled right away.
It's so true. It's so true. Yeah.
For
You,
all we know, consciousness is like your. For all we know, is just like our eyes is a computer, is a TV, bro.
well, yeah, I
Like
mean,
like that move, like like our eyes could be like a movie. We just watch movies with our eyes and stuff. We just put on some glasses and then it goes into our eyes and we just watch it HD and everything. And all for all we know is just like like we're watching all everything, like and you can just like pick pick what we see in our eyes and it just comes to us.
mm, I have a friend who is of the mind that all of um like physical reality is actually a void, and that people are actually creating the reality they're experiencing. Like your third eye is like a projector,
Yeah,
like a you could like it's projecting the reality that you're experiencing.
yeah, yeah. It's kind of like a TV, like the static on the TV and stuff like that. And we're like in a static TV reality or something. Like
And
we're in
yeah,
like 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 we're in a TV reality show or something like that. Like
and
the Truman Show.
yeah, you can liken your perception of other dimensions to like changing the channel or tuning
Yeah,
the frequency to a different station, which is raising
yeah.
awareness. Yeah, fascinating. And that does kind of bring to mind just how conscious everything is. Like,
It was just kind of reminding me a lot of things that I watched because like even experiencing myself, like experiencing all these things, I never really believed in all of it, but it just made me laugh because I was just like I was like, holy shit, that's funny because it's real in a way, but it's like that shit can actually happen in reality.
yeah, sometimes I like to sit back and laugh at that too. Like, oh, this is actually real.
Yeah, no, like that movie, The Ring.
Yes, I know the ring. Oh,
You
funny
know,
to bring that up. When she comes out
you
of the
know,
TV, oh God.
yeah, like when the ghost comes out of the TV and shit, that shit can actually happen. That shit's real because consciousness, singularity with computers and consciousness and shit like that. All that stuff can happen in reality.
It really can. I know
Yeah,
people who
everything existing in this reality that we ever created exists somewhere in our dreams, simulating, and we can physically go into those dreams, and we can physically die there as well if we physically go there. So that's the thing. If your physical body goes to another dimension, your physical body could still die. So you gotta be aware of that, because you're messing with your own life when you go into these dimensions.
yes, I totally agree. I'm right there with you. I think there's a lot of value in understanding that you can literally decide to perceive the reality
Yeah.
that you want to perceive.
Yeah.
But
I think we can actually phase through the wall too. Like I phased through the wall before.
interesting. I
Yeah.
agree. I agree that that's possible and that you can probably use biolocation. That
Yeah.
we've discussed this before. That
That's like ascending too. That's like ascending to like the other dimension.
we touched on telepathy. I think
Yeah.
like last time we spoke, and the fact that verbal language at a certain point isn't going to be necessary.
Yeah. Well, we already have telepathy because when we dream and we're talking to like, the people in our dreams, it's just playing out in our mind and stuff. So,
Yeah,
if we can control that while we're physically aware and physically awake, then we can probably control that in the real world to implicate your thoughts and your thoughts into other people's head. If we can be able to control our frontal lobes, the frontal lobes in the front that which control the thinking. The front. You know what I'm talking about? The frontal lobes
yeah, of your brain
and the third eye too, and the
your
pineal gland, the middle of the
and your
brain, the pineal
pituitary.
gland.
Yeah,
That's
people.
where all the source of your power is. The reptilian brain, mammalian brain. You can control that, then you can control like telekinesis, electricity, and stuff like that. All those psychic abilities and stuff like that. Powers, telepathy, all those powers and abilities. You could be able to control that stuff. You become like your own living god, basically.
And again, it's all within you. It's all stuff you
Yeah,
already have. It's nothing
yeah. So it's
you have
it's
to go
within
out
you already.
and buy. It's who you
Yeah.
are. It's your nature. You just have to choose to realize that. And I think that's very insightful. So, do you do any ceremonies or ritual magic? Is what I wanted to ask.
I haven't, to be honest. I'm gonna be honest because ah, because I've been living in the city, I haven't been able to do any rituals and stuff like that. But I have been going to like every Tuesdays I go to a drumming group, I go sing powwow, I go sing like around dance and stuff.
That's so cool. Do you? I have a deep fascination with shamanic drumming. Do you
Yeah.
journey while you drum?
If I had somebody drumming and then like if I have my eyes open and stuff, I'd be able to consciously control it. But because I'm smoking cigarettes, I close down my mind because I can't take what's in my mind.
Mm,
Like I close down my mind and I can still hear spirits yelling in my head, just screaming and don't trust them, don't trust them, don't trust them, or don't say that, or don't tell them that, or don't do this, or don't do that. I hear a lot of like people just protecting me and stuff like that because they don't want me to tell or say things or do things, and they tell me to do things and say things, but they don't really control me. I have my own power, control my own stuff. but because I'm hearing them yelling and screaming up there in the freaking spirit world, they're probably going through hell right now. So I'm just not paying attention to any of them up there, you know?
Interesting, very interesting. At some point, if you are ever open to it, you might be able to assist souls in their transition to the next world, kind of like a medium. But that's some really deep work, and I suppose you have to choose it when you're ready. But I think that
Yeah.
is something you could do really well
Ha,
if
hey,
ever you wanted to.
so I'll tell you a secret. What I can do, and I can control it too. But I have to be away from cigarettes and stuff like that. I don't drink or anything like that. Any like for the past 8 years and stuff, or 10 years. And then I was only drinking moderately because I couldn't take what was in my mind. And then I've been 2 years sober now, like almost 2 years sober. And then because I couldn't handle what's up there, what's in my mind. That's why a lot of people go into addictions and stuff like that because they can't handle what's in their mind. They can handle what's going around in the world. So that's why I smoke cigarettes, because it's the only way that I can cope in this reality, to like be sane in this reality. So I smoke cigarettes because I can't take what's going on in the world. Like I just close my mind down to the point where I don't even want to worry about it. So um but even though I smoke, I still able to see it. It's just when I'm more in a conscious state of consciousness. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Um,
Yeah.
a
I
friend
don't.
of
The thing about the computer, though, the technology, the reason why I brought up the ring, right? When the girl comes out of the TV and stuff, right? That's real because I actually projected my eyes to go onto the screen into going into the news of what's her name again? The Queen, right? Queen Elizabeth or whatever her name is.
yes, yeah. Do you
Her.
Queen
I
Elizabeth?
went into yeah, Queen Elizabeth, the queen that's living today.
Yeah, yeah.
So the queen, I went into the TV and I saw the queen turn into some fucking like alien being and shit. And I saw Obama there, and Obama was just like, "You want to be famous? You want to be famous?" I'm like, "Oh no, no, no!" So I was just like, "Fuck this!" I went back into the TV screen, and then I just like woke up. I was just like, "Holy shit!" So when I was experiencing this thing as in a conscious state of mind, everything I see on the TV and reality, I'm like, fuck, what if I go into the TV there and it's fucking real? And then I'm like, fuck this shit?
Yeah,
So
that's
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 why I started smoking it. That's why I started smoking cigarettes again, because I was just like, no, I don't want to. I don't want to open my mind again to go through all that again.
yeah, I get that. I get that. With regards to like spirit transition or
And
stuff like
I'm just gonna cut you off for a second though, but you know, tobacco wasn't supposed to be used to abuse the medicine. Like, tobacco, don't get me wrong, tobacco was a medicine, sage, you know, sweetgrass, cedar
it was a
grass and stuff like
it
that.
was a ritual.
It's all medicine. It's all medicines, right? But we're not supposed to abuse it. We're only supposed to use it when we're at a peace pipe ceremony, when we're having a peace pipe ceremony, and that gives us the visions. But we're only supposed to do it to have a vision. We're not supposed to do it to just to abuse and use. You know what I mean? And stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, if that's what you prefer, I'm like not gonna judge, but I get where you're coming from. Yeah, it's a storytelling element. It's that you can project things into the smoke. There's a lot of things you can do with tobacco in a ritual sense. Uh,
Yeah.
but I wanted to tell you, my friend, she has this thing where ghosts and stuff want to come to her, and my sister like they need help with transition, and she literally just
Yeah.
visualizes like a doctor's waiting room and makes them
Yeah.
there until she's ready to see them. So I'm just wondering if is that something you do other than smoking? Do you like have a way to get the spirits to stop until you're ready to give them attention?
Uh, yeah, there's a way you can block it out. Is just that's how I blocked my mind with just cigarette stuff.
Okay, that's
I tried.
understandable.
Yeah.
Like,
And that's the only thing that's keeping my mind closed right now. If I wasn't smoking, I would be like, you know, holy shit, there's a spirit over there. Holy shit, there's a spirit over there. What the fuck is that guy saying? You know, fuck you. You know what I mean? Like, yo, shut the hell up. You know, like I'll be like growling and screaming at them and stuff like that. That's how I would be. I would be like interacting with them, not even paying. I wouldn't even be paying attention to this video right now and just be like distracted and shit. You know what I mean? Because they're just talking to me like I didn't know that, and I'm like, fuck, this is a fuck recording this shit. You know what I mean?
well, that's really interesting, and I can understand how that would be overwhelming at times, but it's
Yeah,
still really cool. I think that's still very
yeah,
safe.
yeah.
There's so much
Because
opportunity to
they're all
learn.
they're always talking to the people who can talk to spirits, eh? So that's why they're always interacting with them or distracted. Because you see them talking to themselves, right? You see a lot of people on the street, they're talking to themselves. Like, I didn't know that, or did he see that, or what did he say, and then stuff like that. You know, and they're always saying the same thing, and it's always the same thing. They're always repeating the same thing. So when somebody says something, then they repeat that thing, right? So they repeat what the spirits repeat. You know, make them repeat what we say.
Wow, interesting. Yeah, it must take a lot of work to stay so grounded, and I respect that. I really do.
Yeah, like yo, awaken people, right? The spiritual awakening, man. Like, you know, the thing is, people have to go through hell. Like, we're already hell. We're already in hell. This is hell right now. Like, hell is earth right now. And this level here, this is hell. Because, like, you know how they say that, oh, hell is the people are gonna go to hell after they die if they do bad or whatever. But this is hell. We're already suffering, you know, we're already suffering through life.
I
You know,
feel
we're going to the happiness, the sadness, the you know, everything that we're going experiencing right now. We're already going through hell. Like hell is gonna be on earth, yo. That's what I believe.
well. I'm of the mind that life is a growth process. So what we're experiencing is more of a school, a place of learning. But I do agree that it can be so disharmonic. And I think
Yeah,
the reason that there are people who are more spiritually aware is to assist
yeah,
making this plane of reality more harmonious. Unfortunately, it
yeah,
is working. I mean, we have said that people are waking up constantly,
yeah.
which is a sign that planet Earth is coming more and more.
Evolving more to like our natural nature selves and conscious
Yeah,
selves. Basically, we're waking up.
but I do
You know,
agree.
natural our natural way of living.
Yeah, but I will say that that did take work. It took a lot of work. And
Yeah.
you get that.
If
It's
I
like
you
you,
know, if I wasn't like smoking cigarettes right now, I'll probably be like fucking angry, like shit. You know what I mean? Like I'd be like, fuck you all. The
I kind of want to see that. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so all right.
angry wolf, eh, bro? The angry wolf.
Oh no, I wouldn't say angry. Just a wolf. Just a wolf chilling.
Just the natural wolf of the anger of the wolf, but the leader of the pack,
Yeah,
with some anger inside him. I'm the leader of the pack. So
it'll be a righteous anger though. Yeah, yeah, I see it. Oh man. Okay, so um,
Oh, also I want to promote my group as well. So the if you guys want to join the group,
Yes.
You know, you guys want to join the group, the
Links.
links will be down below. The links will be down below in the description and stuff like that. So if you guys want to join my group and chat, talk about the things that you guys, talk about anything in there and stuff like that, ritual, shapeshifters, spirituality, anything, go ahead, man, go join my group and just answer the questions and then be in and you know
It's a
guys are welcome to my group.
Yeah, it's a super safe space for anybody who's feeling like they're going through stuff alone. That is where you want to be. That is where you're gonna find people who are gonna get what you're going through. And yeah, I think that's amazing that you're putting that out there.
Yeah.
You,
Yeah,
you
everybody's familiar. Everybody's familiar in my groups. Everybody's familiar. You know
yeah,
what familiar means?
family, man.
Yeah. I thought you would know that. I thought you didn't know that because it's Spanish.
I know a bit, not a lot, but yeah, I get where you're coming from. Okay, so your friend, he wrote a book. Do you want to talk about that book? Do you want to discuss it for a little bit? I'm very interested in this book.
Oh, the Werewolf in Theory practice. That book. I never really read that book, but I read like the book of the Werewolf and Theory, the werewolf spells or whatever, or like spells of the Grimoire.
Spells of the
But that's
Grimoires.
Grimoires, yeah, spells of the Grimoires. I read that book,
Yes.
and he said that you had to like have an animal skin pelt or like a wolf pelt, do the ritual and stuff like that, and then you just gotta basically have a part of the wolf to activate the divine powers, and then call on the jinns, or not the jinn, but call on the spirit, demon, or whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
I call it a spirit. I call it like a like a magi. I call it magi in my language. We call it magi. Magi Manitou, the spirit of the underworld, the spirit of the lower world. Magi Manitou. So they call on Magi in his book, Magi spirits,
Do you,
which means
do you
like that,
agree
which means
that
like devil or demon spirits. They're called Magi spirits,
okay,
Magis. I think they're called Magis, but that's in the Cree language though.
I prefer the term elemental
Yeah,
or uh,
and in some legends. they're called Wittagos, or yeah, we call them Wittagos. It means evil spirit. When Wittago,
so
like Wittago spirit.
you need like an element of the thing, like a wolf pelt, or maybe like an eagle feather, or like do you agree that you need a part of that animal in the ritual? Does that like align with you?
Yeah,
Cool.
you need like the part of the animal to be able to shift into that animal.
There's
Well, I got a meeting in about an hour, but we can um we can do another video in about like a month or so. Uh you know and I just wanted to cover up all the things that I wanted to cover, because they have a meeting at 2 o'clock with a worker here in the government and stuff like that, and she's a health doctor. You know, but yeah, you know, so this is this was a good chat. It was good. It was a good meeting. You know,
Yeah, I
are you
agree.
still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Do you feel like you said everything that you needed to say?
Yes. Yeah, I have.
Okay, good.
And you can You can share this in the group as well, in my group, right? Because you're in one of my groups too. So just tag me in it,
Sure.
and just be like introducing Acahkos, Piyesiwak, my gun, and then and then the groups will be there. It'll be on your channel, and then
Okay.
me introducing me, and then everybody will know me because of my Facebook and stuff like that.
Of
So that'd be
course.
cool. Yeah.
Do you want to put one of your songs at the end of this video? Would you be okay?
My oh, one of my music. You mean like one of my songs I made?
Yeah, one of your tracks. Like,
Yeah, that would be dope. Yeah, I would do that too. Toxic, one of my toxic tracks. Yeah,
yeah,
one of my rapping skills.
yeah, yeah.
Cause
But
I love doing music too. I like doing music. I like playing the piano and stuff like that.
yeah,
You
I
know.
listen to your stuff, man. It's really good. It actually it's hardcore, man. You go in on that. Like
Yeah.
it's damn, dude. Like it's heavy.
Yeah. It's pretty heavy. Yeah. I make a lot of beats too and stuff like that, and it's just like it's pretty dope. It's
Oh
pretty
damn!
dope.
I had
There's
no idea
there's a
you.
lot of there's a lot of Canadian rappers here. A lot of people that are really good rappers that are unnoticed. They're
Sweet.
unnoticed, and they're really good rappers. Like good singers too. There's a lot of good talented artists here. A lot of talented music, and even not even just rap, but like I love listening to jazz and classical, and I like listening to classical music or rock music, metal music, jazz music. It's just not just rap music. I like because
Yeah,
I like to try remix the rock music into rap music. You know what I mean?
I
Or
heard that.
classical into rap. Yeah,
Yeah, I actually heard that. Yeah, I was picking that up. I really was.
yeah,
Damn. Okay, so
no,
just whatever song you feel would work for this, and then I'll put it in.
yeah. Actually, put the not so authentic one in this video, but just kind of play the audio part of it. Don't play it in this. Don't play it in this audio. Just put it in the video editing software that you're gonna use. So
Yeah,
that way the audio would be more better.
yeah, I will.
Yeah,
But just
yeah.
the audio, like no vocals.
No,
Okay,
no. I mean, no. The song and everything, like the song and everything and stuff like
okay.
that.
No, I
And
got it.
that will be like the closing. That will be like the closing of the this meeting,
Okay,
and
cool.
then we'll meet again, bro.
All right. I love it. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm gonna do a sign off, okay? Is there anything
yeah.
you want to say?
Anyways, peace, and blessings to all everybody. Do some fasting and wake up to the truth. Open the third eye. Practice astral projection, and much love and respect. Coming from coming from a person with experience and stuff like that, and we all the same. We all one people. We all human beings. We all spiritual. Everybody's spiritual. You know, we all the same. We all bleed red. You know what I mean? We all bleed the same color. We're all human beings. Much love to everybody. And
Yeah, I love that.
signing out.
All right, I love that. Thank you so much. That was awesome. Okay, I'm gonna stop.